Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. We are taking a look at the month of July for Libra, so wherever you happen to have Libra in your birth chart, or if you're just wanting to check in on a Libra, hello and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. We are looking at what excitement awaits you this month of July. What's about to pop off here for you, Libra? So please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. So if you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so you know, sometimes that really affects my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out. I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling difficult, especially when I feel like I'm being zapped in my hands. When that happens, I drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so that I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you know, the message gets out the way that it is meant to eventually, right? Okay, Libra, you are getting a bonus in this month's reading. Thank you so much for running the numbers up on last month's reading. If you want a chance at a bonus in your next month's reading, make sure you run the numbers up on this reading. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, so make sure you check that out, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, which I would absolutely love and appreciate so very much. I love being able to connect with you guys one-on-one. I was recording and my camera stopped, so I am starting over here, but so your tarot cards, I already have those, but we are going to get a direction message. Spirit went to East for you guys, which is the element of air. It is your element. So East signifies the element of air and the power of the mind. It denotes the strength of the thinking process and mental health. So, you know, make sure you're checking in with yourself, with your thoughts, you guys. And to find East energy, you must look for it in the winds and in the very breath of human life, right there within your own self, your own breath, you guys. To heal yourself through this energy, concentrate on positive self-talk, affirmations, and journal writing. Make sure you are building yourself up, you guys, instead of tearing yourself down, you know. Our mental health, you guys, when we struggle, it can really bring down the rest. You know, everything in our lives require balance. So all right, let's get some tarot for you, right? Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, your wisdom, and your truth in all things and at all times and in all ways. So what you think is going to happen is this Page of Pentacles coming through. Now, pages are young energy. They are full of potential, right? So, you know, she represents manifesting dreams, reaching goals, and obtaining comfort and success. Yes, sign me up for that. The page sits high in a lush tree, which holds the brilliantly jeweled pentacle of her potential. So, you know, at some point she has to get down out of the tree and plant her potential in that good soil she has. She plays her mandolin and enjoys her surroundings, confident that her enthusiasm for learning will bring prosperity, but at the same time, she may be feeling very insecure about her own abilities to succeed. It could be bad timing, and there could be a delay in achieving your goals. You know, it can also signify wasting of precious resources, wasting precious efforts, you know. So like I said, at some point you got to come down from the tree and plant that pentacle, you guys. And what's actually gonna happen is this Seven of Pentacles here. So, you know, reaching your goals or milestones, you guys, you know, you have to believe in yourself. You have to bet on yourself 100%, you guys. Be your biggest cheerleader. If you can dream it and believe it, then you can achieve it. So, you know, after you have reached this goal or milestone, you know, you need to take the time to pause and reevaluate your next steps that you're going to take. And, you know, there's a real big need to rest after so much hard work. So, you know, instead of just being up in a tree, you know, playing your music, and maybe, you know, you're thinking of ways to incorporate music in, you know, maybe another stream of income or something along that, some kind of creative outlet here, you guys. And, you know, but you've been working so hard and you need to balance that with rest. You know, literally our whole lives require balance. So, you know, she's resting here under this tree after gathering the bounty from her garden. So see, she planted her pentacles here and reaped a wonderful harvest. And, you know, she's proud of her efforts. She's giving herself the pat on the back, but she also knows that consistent work is necessary in order to maintain the garden and to reap more in the future. So, you know, you have to tend to what you've planted here, you guys. So your overall energy is coming from this Knight of Cups. You know, cups is water. Water is the power of our emotions. And Earth, the Pentacles is Earth. Earth represents, you know, the power of your physical body. So a need to be present, right? Knights are also young energy. You know, they're about movement, whereas pages are messengers. And, you know, they're confident in their self and, you know, where they stand in the world here, you guys. So, you know, the Knight of Cups is gallant, chivalrous, sensitive, and strong. You know, like I said, he's considered the knight in shining armor. He is riding on a unicorn. Unicorn, you know, intuition, these messages coming in, they're under that full moon. So, you know, he brings a romantic invitation or request. So if you're open and ready to receive love, it could be a good time. Maybe that's that excitement that's going to pop off for you this month of July. He's capable of sweeping women off their feet. However, he is ruled by his heart and can be fickle with his emotions. So maybe that's something you find you have to work on. You know, if it's not a person you're dealing with, you know, could have water in their birth chart, or maybe you have water in your birth chart, specifically maybe your Venus sign. You may want to look into that, and it's totally okay if you don't know, you guys. So, but if you feel like that represents you being fickle with your emotions, you know, check in with yourself, your mental and emotional health. You know, he's passionate, he's poetic, romantic, a romantic dreamer even, but he can also be temperamental, overly sensitive, and prone to fantasy. So, you know, kind of like her up there, you know, being content sitting up there, not planting her potential, you know, not committing here, you guys. And what you should avoid at all costs is this devil coming in. So that is Capricorn energy. And you know, you got a lot of earth showing up here. So, you know, maybe it's telling you you need to get grounded, you need to get centered, you know, and really check in with yourself, because temptation, honey. You know, you could be attached to your earthly desires a little too much. You know, temptation. You may be bound in hopelessness or materialism, maybe for some even a tad bit ignorant or naive. I feel like it's naive more than ignorance, you know, but they do say ignorance is bliss, and if you don't know, then you don't know, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. You know, you could be in an unhealthy situation which you refuse to see for what it is, and you know, maybe everything within you is screaming, we need to get out of this, but you're just like, nah, and you know, it's fine, and around you everything's a dumpster fire. You know, Pan back here is playing his flute as a seductress tempts you to enter the devil's garden by offering the fruit of the pomegranate tree, you know, eternal life, eternal knowledge. Once you've chosen the devil's offering, it is difficult to turn back. So, you know, you could be coming out from under all this, going through a time of spiritual growth, a shift in your morality. You know, perhaps you're recognizing your own shallowness, frivolity, and depravity even. You know, you're moved to find a deeper meaning to life and a higher purpose. You know, you're coming out from your addictions, the things that had you bound, right? Temptation, like, get out of here, I ain't eating your pomegranate, no thank you. All right, let's see what's going on in the love department here for you, Libra. So this can include yourself, family, friends, significant other, literally anywhere you have love. So if you're like, hey, yo, Gigi, I really love my job, I really love my hobbies, then guess what? That is also included here. So, ooh, we do have the Spear, heartache over what you no longer have, and you know, allowing it to keep you stuck and stagnant. You know, maybe you already have dealt with someone with that Knight of Cups energy that left you heartbroken. So take your time to heal. You have the Rose, romance is in the air. You know, like I said, if you're open and ready to receive it, if you're willing to try again. You have older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. So you know, that can be literally anywhere in your relationships. It could even be yourself if you, like, you know what, I identify as an older man. So really check in with yourself, right? We have the Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. So when the Ram comes out, I always feel Aries energy with that. So you could have Aries in your birth chart, or you could be dealing with someone with Aries in their birth chart somewhere. And you know, this devil, you guys, maybe it's grabbed you by the boo-boo, and you know, you're struggling to get out, whether it's overeating, you know, drugs, alcohol, whatever, you know. There's so many different things. So because there's so many of us, the possibilities are literally endless. But just know that there is a way out. A way can be made where you don't even see one right now. All right, Bo, you are highly thought of. Maybe you have a secret admirer. Ooh, get it, get it. We also have Tree, affairs with your family. So, you know, that older man, even that Ram could be, you know, part of your family tree. The heartache could also deal with loss. Maybe you've lost a loved one. Maybe this is their birth month, or the month of their passing, you know, or maybe, you know, someone, you know, may be about to leave this plane. It could be an older man. So, you know, take whatever resonates with you personally there, you guys. All right, let's see what's going on in career and finances for you this month of July, Libra. I'm always like, hey, yo, give me $1 million. You know, how nice would it be if you woke up tomorrow and there's just $1 million sitting in your account? I'd be like, yeah, I manifested that, thank you very much. All right, we have the broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. So, you know, you could be feeling frustrated because of that, but take it as a blessing in disguise, you guys. You know, Spirit, the universe is like, set the bar a little higher. You know, this wish didn't work out because in the long run, it wouldn't have been for your highest and greatest good. We're actually protecting you by, you know, blocking this. So set the bar a little higher, tweak it a little bit. You have Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. So, you know, just like the camel is built for its environment, you know, the desert, it holds water in its hump. You are built for yours, you guys. So keep going. You can do it. Believe in yourself. If you're going through hell, you might as well just keep going until you get out, right? All right, we have the Tower. And I know in traditional tarot, people are like, oh no, not the Tower. But here, it's solid foundation, success with effort. And I mean, look, you have so much earth energy here. So slow down, take your time. Make sure you have a strong, steady foundation, whether you're building your empire, you're building a love, you know, whatever it is that you're building, whatever it is that you are wanting, take the time, slow down. You have the Egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. You know, you have that Seven of Pentacles there, you know, rewards, you guys, for all of your hard work, for planting your seeds. That's a golden egg for a golden opportunity as well, you guys. You know, not only is the soil good, but it is fertile, you guys. So you're going to be reaping tenfold, baby. All right, let's see what's going on in life for you this month of July, Libra. You know, life do be lifing, woo, a little too hard sometimes. You know, your girl here is like, hey, yo, life, pump your brakes, use some Vaseline. And life's like, nah, bro, you can handle it. And I'm like, just because I can don't mean I want to, you know. Sometimes it's just like, really, life? Like, I would just like things to go easy and smooth sometimes, and life's like, buckle up, buttercup. All right, you have the dog barking, advice from a friend. And, you know, I feel like, you know, whichever one of you is the stubborn one, you know, the person not wanting to listen is just like, look, I'm going to do what I want when I want. And the dog barking is just like, look, don't do that way, please. Because, you know, they're trying to save you some heartache, some pain, you guys. So maybe you should listen after all. You have the Lion. It is time to act. Go after what it is that you want. Don't just sit there in that tree. Plant your seed of potential, because big rewards here, you guys, if you do. With the Lion, I get Leo energy. You could have Leo in your birth chart somewhere. You could be dealing with someone with Leo in their birth chart. You know, the Leo could be this dog barking at you like, listen, please listen. I'm trying to help you know when to act and what to act on. All right, we have the Tankard, a celebration, fun, enjoyment. Do not forget to go have fun. Life requires balance, and Libra, you know that better than anyone else. You have the Hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So that dog barking is for a reason, you guys. You know, maybe in the past you've needed help, and when you reached out there wasn't anyone around, and you know that can cause trauma. So like, oh well, when I needed help there wasn't nobody there. But this time, you guys, there is someone there. And you know, like my mama has always told me, there's no shame in needing help. The shame comes when you know you need help and you won't ask for it. Ooh, we had the Hills here for obstacles to overcome. But look, that sun is shining there in the background, you guys, lighting the way. You are on the right path at the right time. Yeah, you have to go over some hills, you have to go over some mountains to get there, but it's worth it in the end. It's all about the climb, you guys, you know, and getting to the top. You know, you're you're building something to last here, you guys. So, all right, let's get a message from the moon. The moon is all about changes in our lives. You know, the moon herself goes through her changes, her cycles, her phases. From new to full, she is beautiful, wonderful, and amazing in whatever phase she happens to be in, and so are you. So let's get a message from Mama Moon here for Libra for this month of July. What is it that Libra needs to know here? Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, your wisdom, and your truth. We have new moon in Leo. It's your time to shine, you guys. Shine your light bright. Look at all those sunflowers. I love sunflowers. You also have first quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your good luck. So these are two fire signs. You know, you also have the Lion, Leo, time to act, you guys. So you have all of the elements showing up for you. You know, you have the East, which is air, your own element. You have earth, you have water, and now you got fire, you guys. Woo! Fire! Lighting a fire under your behind here. All right, new moon in Leo, shine. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to romance. Hey, you have the Rose, you have the Knight of Cups, creativity, children, your own or someone else's, or a situation requiring confidence. Love yourself and step into center stage. Be generous with others, but also be a little bit selfish if you need to be. Your manifestation affirmation: I am magnificent. I love me. Yes, one more time. I am magnificent. I love me. So, ooh, you know, boost yourself up, you guys. Like I said, bet on yourself 100% and be your biggest cheerleader. First quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your good luck. Your challenge when this card comes up is to dream, but be prepared to put in the hard work. Okay, not the first time that's come up. You know, that hard work is required to make your dreams real. Make peace between the part of you that needs everything to make sense and the part that wants to throw caution to the wind. Maybe you're feeling a little bit restless here, Libra, you know, like I just want to throw caution to the wind, throw a dart on the map, see where it lands, and, you know, go on a grand adventure. All right, let's get a star seed message here for you, Libra, for this month of July. Let's see what you need to know. You have whale and orca elders. Share your song. Okay. Okay, Spirit, we listening. Frequency of sound and diving deep, you guys. You know, you got to go below the surface. You got to go below the skin. It is not a time to be shallow, you guys. Follow the beat of your own drum. Listen, you know, Pan's even back there playing music too, so music is showing up for you in a big way here. All right, let's get a Starseeds mini deck message for you here for this month of July. Let's see what else you need to know here, Libra, for July. All right, we have a couple. We have channel. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. Shine your light, you guys. You know, the world really needs your light and your healing energy. We also have blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. You know, love drives out fear. Love drives out hate. So connect with your inner blue flame. All right, let's get a fairy dust message here for you, Libra, for this month of July. Let's see what else you need to know here. A couple of them. All right. We have believe. Magic is there when you believe. So dream big things you can achieve. I literally said that to you earlier, you guys. So the fairies are like, listen, she is a Leo. She is the dog barking here. All right, fairy wings. In the forest, small lights glow. Those are fairies flying low. I do believe in fairies. All right, your bonus is going to come from the Oracle of Destiny. So this is a deck I don't use a whole lot, but I really do like it. It is interesting. So let's see what you need to know here, Libra, for July. All right, ooh, we have Mystic Cross coming in for you. So give me just a minute. I do have to look it up in the book. So this kind of deals with, you know, like reading palms a little bit here. Let's see, Mystic Cross. So the aspect of the hand is right there. So crosses can appear all over the hand though, but they often cut across the lines or are found on a mount. So when they appear, one must pay particular attention to the characteristics of that element, because crosses put people on alert. They signal that a problem may arise. One particular cross is the Mystic Cross, which has a different meaning. It stands between the heart line and the head line. Ooh, so your heart and head here, you guys. To carry its full meaning, it must not touch them. It indicates a propensity for and a skill in philosophy, theology, and occultism. It may be present from birth or appear at some point in life, perhaps after a strong spiritual experience. The cross comes to the rescue, manifests as a calling, and represents the more subtle and spiritual aspects of existence. Trust it, don't fight it, and take in the deeper elements of life. So the cross is coming, you know, to warn, to save. So, you know, it's okay, you guys. You know, I feel like you are divinely protected, divinely guided. Your ancestors are like, look, we got you, boo-boo. All right, you guys, Libra, these are your messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button down there. Hit it with a razzle dazzle, especially if you would like a bonus in your next month's reading. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with you guys. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So I really do love and appreciate each and every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you have an amazing month of July. I hope you have excitement and you get excited about your life. You get excited about living it. You know, you pat yourself on the back. You congratulate yourself. You know, plant that potential, you guys. Please, for the love of God, plant it. Don't mess around with F-boys, F-girls, you know, but you know, the Knight of Cups could be a sincere offer. You know, just because it hasn't been in the past doesn't mean it will always be that way. But you know, we have to let ourselves heal and let go of the past so we can move forward and tell that temptation, take a hike, bro. Like, we are evolving here. The cross has come to save me. So I am protected and safe from any and all harm. No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper in any way, shape, or form. So the sun is still shining on you, you guys. So you even have the sun up there with July. Even though those waves look turbulent, you know, sometimes life be like like that, right? So learn to go with the flow, learn to swim with the big fishes. So all right, you guys, I hope you have an amazing month of July. May all your dreams come true. May you have your happily ever after, however it looks to you personally. So all right, I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.